Hi, welcome back to AutoReview. My name is Patrick and today I have the pleasure to introduce you to the brand new 2017 Citroen New C3. This one is the top spec version, the PureTech Shine. We have 3 trim levels and this one has some really amazing features on board. One in particular that is super amazing, super nice, especially for me. We have different engine options, both diesel and petrol. This one is the 110 horsepower petrol. The petrol engines range from 68 to 110 horsepower, all having a capacity of 1.2 liters, as well as 2 diesel engines with 1.6 liters, either 75 or 100 horsepower. This one with 110 horsepower sprints from 0 to 100 in 9.3 seconds, has a top speed of 188 kilometers an hour and a maximum torque of 205 Newton meters. So let me show you the design a little bit. You've seen it already in intro, and honestly, in my opinion, this is one of the nicest designed cars I have tested in all my life. From the interior to the exterior, it's really some nice features, some nice design ideas that went into it. I really like it, I like the look, and you can configure it in 36 different variations with the colors. So as you can see here, we have the black roof and the red body color, and you can have them different ones as well. In addition, you can have the air bumps on the car, on off the car. So here we have them installed, and the air bumps as well. You can see we have a white ring. You can have it in red as well, depending on the body color. So let me show you as usual, first row, second row, boot space, and then we hit the road. Enjoy! So the new C3 from the inside. And what I mentioned to you in the beginning, very nice design. I really like how it's set up, the seats with the dashboard, and the ergonomics of the car are really nice. Let's start from left to right. So on the left, obviously we have the door opener, plus the electric windows. In the front with automatic function for driver and passenger, as well as the rear passengers, which is not usual. Very nice. Then we have this really beautiful leather strap that is actually the door closing mechanism, or the one where you basically hold onto to close the door. Looks really nice. Huge door bin where you can put huge bottles in it. On the left we have the adjustment of the lights, the lane departure, as well as the adjustment for the electric mirrors. Then in the middle, obviously the steering wheel, which looks nice and has kind of the same design that you can have on the rims as well, in a similar way. On the left we have volume up and down, plus the scroll through the menu. On the right we have the scroll through to the radio stations, telephone, as well as source and the list of the radio stations. Then we have some buttons to adjust the trip meters and to reset it in the middle, as well as check for the next service how many kilometers you have left. On the left we have the speedo, on the right we have the RPM gauge, then the fuel gauge on the left and the temperature on the right, plus the digital display with information on average speed, fuel consumption, range, and so on, as well as start-stop. When you're driving, it basically tells you how many seconds you were in start-stop and it counts it for you. Nice feature. Then the air vents on the left, 2 in the middle, 1 on the right. This one is leather wrapped, which is nice with the stitching here. Super nice detail. I really like that. Big screen in the middle, though the screen actually is only the inner part. On the outer are some touch-sensitive buttons, but they work very good. Air condition, navigation, then parameters of the car like start, stop, parking, blind spot assistant, which we have in this car as well, and so on and so on. Then some shortcuts buttons, close the door, hazard lights, and so on. This one has a start stop push button, so you just keep the key in, you come to the car, you hold the handle and it unlocks the car. Super nice as well. Little compartment here to put something, however it's too small to put a mobile phone or one of the new smartphones. Maybe a small one, old one will work. Below that we have a 12-volt power socket, aux in, 1 USB port, unfortunately it's the only USB port. Plus we have a winter mode for the automatic, as well as a sport button, which basically lets the car rev a little bit higher and keeps the gears a bit longer in rev. Plus indicator for the gearbox. This one is a 6-speed automatic with a manual function. If you push it all the way down to the back, to the left, then you have plus towards you and minus away from you. Manual handbrake, glove compartment, really big. Yeah, I think 6.75 liters I read, with a little small compartment on the bottom, so you have small items can fit in there, so they don't fly around and you can reach them easier. Then on top we have sunshades with the mirrors, however not illuminated. We have a SOS calling function, indicators for if all the passengers are buckled up, plus the lights. And this one comes with the panorama roof, which you cannot open, however you can open the shade and have some more light in the car, which is a very nice feature. And then the main thing is, when we drive I'll show you, but it's the camera behind it. This is called the connected cam, and I was super excited to actually test this car because of this feature. I am someone who loves to drive and record, and this is an inbuilt camera that records in full HD. You download an app, you connect your phone to the car via Wi-Fi, and then you have an on and off button here, which you can just keep it on all the time. Basically, it only activates when the car starts. And then you have the button here, which when you press it once, it will take a picture. If you keep it pressed for 2 seconds or so, it will indicate with the beeping noise that it will record. You can set up the timing from 20 to 60 seconds and full HD video recording with a 120-degree angle. Amazing feature, super nice. Only thing is, you have to reach here. I would have loved if you could have programmed the buttons here, for example, or add another 2 buttons for photo and video. Would be so much more convenient rather than driving and doing like this. Because you search a little bit, it would be just nice to do it here. Maybe something for the next generation. Seats, very comfortable, and again the design, very nice. The red stitching which we have here in the dashboard continues here with kind of a pattern. You have ISOFIX on the passenger seat. Obviously you can turn off the airbag. You just unzip this here, and then you can fit it in. And we have ISOFIX on the back seats as well. So, enough for the front. Let's hop in the back and I'll show you how much space we have there. Okay, space in the back. I actually wanted to keep the door open so I can show you how wide it opens. Really nice. Let's close it up. We have the electric window. Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way down. It would have been nice if it would have been all the way, because obviously this is not super comfortable if you would like to drive like this as a passenger. Tinted windows in this edition from the B pillar onwards, plus another compartment in the door. Again, much bigger than what you're usually used to in a car size of this. Then the seats, as you can see, I'm 184 tall. I'm adjusted the seat in front to me, and in the back obviously I can sit as well. I am touching the floor if I really stretch. However, if I sit a little bit crunched, it's fine. And if I do like this, then I'm all okay. 3-seat configuration in the back. We have 3-point seat belts. We have ISOFIX on the outer seats, pockets in the seats in the front, and 2 little hooks to hang, for example, your coat or something like that. Plus, obviously, 3 headrests. And that's pretty much it. But it's comfortable. The seats are nice. Shape is good. Approved. Let's check the boot. Right, so new C3 from the back. What do we have? You see actually the plastic which goes all around the car. It's not just a design feature, but it's something that protects you from big builds in case you scratch your car. So we have the air bumps, which are optional, I mentioned to you, but these ones on the side, the fenders, as well as the bumpers, it looks nice. I like it. Good contrast. Red and white lights. I love that. I don't like orange. Then big Citroen logo in the middle with Citroen written here, C3. And that's pretty much it. When you open it, you'll find a reverse camera, which we have in this version in. And then it opens a 300-liter boot space, which obviously you can extend if you fold down the seats. That's pretty much it. Nothing else to mention here. Let's drive. All right, before we start driving, I just want to show you the Connected Cam app, which you have to download from the App Store. Obviously, in my case, it's an iPhone. And then let me show you in this camera here. And then you basically have all the things you made pictures of and videos of. You have it here. The one with the arrow down basically mean you can download them. These are the video files. You can see I set it up to 1 minute. But you can obviously stop the recording as well when you press again the button. So while doing the test now, while we're gonna drive, I'm gonna take some pictures and I'll take some videos, which I will show you then while talking live. Well, kind of live for you, for me, yes, for you not, in the video. So let's go ahead and drive this very nice car. And one thing that I think I forgot to mention is that this car actually is a 3-cylinder. Believe it or not, I didn't even recognize it, or I didn't even feel it or heard it until I checked the specs. because you don't hear it's a 3-cylinder engine. It's very well isolated, the engine bay from the passenger cabin, and it's a little bit bumpy there. That's going better. But you don't feel it. It has a nice punch. I mean, well, let's be realistic. It's not a punch. It has sufficient power. The 110 horsepower is the engine to go for. I'm 100% sure I would not go for the 68 horsepower one. I've tested last week the Citroen C1, which has 68 horsepower. However, that car only weighs 800 and I believe 50 or 860 kilograms. So it's a completely different thing. This one has a little bit more engine capacity. The C1 was 1 liter, this one is a 1.2 liter. Nevertheless, let me just show you what I see now. And we have the first live video. Here we go, the nice gentleman. And this is how it looks like. So this is the quality of the camera. And as you can see, it will show you as well on the bottom right corner the time, the date, the how you call this. Now we have to be careful because there's a school here. The time, the date, the longitude and latitude, as well as what else? The speed. Yeah. So another cool feature about this connected cam is it doesn't take only pictures. It doesn't take only full HD videos with this 120-degree camera. It also is coupled to a sensor in the car that will recognize if you had an accident. And what the camera does is it will automatically save the 30 seconds before the impact and 1 minute after the impact onto that 16 GB inbuilt memory. Yeah, it is a super nice feature. Question is, depends on where you buy in this car, if that is supported by your laws and if this is supported by court. In case your court support this as a proof, because obviously it only shows the camera to the front, it will not show you anything to the back. In case someone drives into you, well, it will show you that you get an impact, however you don't see the plate number or whatever. Still, I think this is super, and I don't stop yet, super nice feature. I wish I would have that in my car, and I hope that every car manufacturer in the world and on every other planet in this universe will put that in every new car. Yeah? I really hope so, because it's really nice. Okay, now let me take a picture. So you see, I press it shortly, it takes a picture. Yeah, and if I press again long, I hold it. See, it beeped like a few more times. And then it's recording a 60-second clip. You can adjust it in the app, obviously, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds, I believe. I put it to 60, but either way, if you have 60, you can connect, you can stop it anytime. Now, back to the car, because I'm super excited about the camera, as you can obviously hear out, but we are talking about the car. Very comfortable. I do love the seats. Yeah, they are firmer than what I've been testing in the C1, for example, from last video. I really like the design. Honestly, I'm in love with this car. Believe it or not, I do like fast cars, I do like exotic cars, but this is very nice. This is really very nice. I have good view, I have mirrors, give me sufficient information towards the back. Obviously this one dims itself as well in the evening when it gets dark, so you don't get the lights from the back into your eyes. We have the blind spot assistant, we have city emergency stop, and there's coffee break alert, let's call it this way. In case you drive longer than 2 hours with a speed over 65 kilometers an hour, it will tell you to take a break, which is good. I like it. Very clear instrument cluster, very easy to see. Buttons work well, though it's a little bit weird that you have the channel list over here and the volume over here. They could have just swapped these two scroll wheels, and then everything would have been together, which would have been more logical. Then engine, let's push it. See? I think it's good. Honestly, I recommend either you take the 110 horsepower petrol engine or you go for the diesel engine. I don't think the 68 horsepower base engine or small engine will be sufficient for this car. With one person maybe, but if you have 4 people driving, maybe a little bit longer trip in the mountain area where we are here, I think it would be a little bit under-engined. We call it untermotorisiert in German. The touchscreen works good, yeah, very responsive, no problems whatsoever. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and MirrorLink, so you plug it into your phone, you can display basically your apps, not all apps, but the ones that are supported, onto the screen from your iPhone, for example. USB port, I mentioned only one. I wish they would have more. I do hope every car manufacturer will get this at one point and then have one USB port per seat. Then, I like the design of the door handles, super nice. I love the panorama roof because it allows me to record with a camera like this as well. Not only because of that, it gives you much more light inside, very precious vitamin D that you need from the sun. The more sun, the better. Yeah. I wish the screen would be a little bit bigger, in the sense of that whatever the frame is would be the screen, just to be nicer. GPS works in 3D with buildings and elevation. Nice feature as well. Huge glove box. Honestly, you can put a lot of things inside. Huge door bins. You can put big bottles in there, which is something, I mean, when I drive a longer trip, I don't want to have only small cans or small drinks, you know. I drink a lot, so this is nice because you can take big bottles with you. Space in the back obviously is nice as well. It's sufficient. I was able to fit behind myself, basically. Boot space 300 liters is fine as well for this class and for this size of car. And I do like the engine. I really like the engine. I couldn't believe it's a 3-cylinder. Actually, all engines in the C3, in the new C3, are 1.2, the petrol engines, and they're all 3 cylinders. And the diesel engines are 1.6 liter capacity. Fuel consumption I mentioned was between 5.6 and 6.4, 5.6 to 6.4 liters, which is good for the engine like this. And the highway comfort is nice. At 120 kilometers an hour in flat, the car takes just around 5 liters of petrol. So that's pretty much it, I would say. I love the design, honestly. I like the front, I like the color combination options, I like the air bumps, and again, one more time, the air bumps actually are filled with air. Yeah, so they can withstand an impact of up to 5 kilometers an hour, as far as I'm informed. So when you actually go with a knee into them, you can squeeze them in and nothing will happen to it. Which is obviously nice because unfortunately we live in a world where a lot of people are not able to open a door in the parking lot without smashing it into the other person's car. And then they just leave. These things will prevent, not things from happening, but at least the result being less cost sensitive for you or for your insurance, if you want to claim it through the insurance. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much. Thank you to Bettschen who provided this car to me. Please check the links below and head over there. There is a YouTube channel from Bettschen as well, where I'm doing a few videos as well, where I'm featuring videos in the POV perspective. So head over there, take a look, and you'll basically see what I see while I'm driving. And with that one, I'll finish this video. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and share. Leave comments below. Ask any questions. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.